Hello everybody, this is Funny Bob and welcome to race number 26 of the 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series season. This is, oh, some weird stuff in the background. This is the I Love New York 200 at Watkins Glen. It's been a little while since we've been on a road course, but we are back on a road course indeed, as it is time to make left and right turns. So, yeah, so we are not far away from the playoffs. In fact, 3 races to go now before the regular, well, yeah, 3 races to go before the playoffs begin. So 2 races to go before we get to the regular season finale. Watkins Glen, it's going to be an interesting one, so let's get you started for today's race. Alright, so I'm not sure what's up with the grid back there, but I guess we'll just go along with it. So starting the pool for this one is Henry Alonso. Second is Ubi Lexipos. Third is Matthew Brown. Fourth is Jeb Burden. 5th is Ryan Sieg. 6th is DJ Reed. 7th is Russell David. 8th is Edward. 9th is Frank Bobbin. 10th is Harrison Burden. 11th is Rebecca. 12th is Austin Cinder. 13th is Edgar Fitzwater Sr. 14th is Justin Haley. 15th is Keisha Richardson. 16th is AJ Umdinger. 17th is John Doe. 18th is Anthony Logan. 19th is Austin Murray. 20th is Casey Nico. 21st is Chase Briscoe. 22nd is Michael Lynette. 23rd is Dan Blue, 24th is Thomas Massey, 25th is Anthony Alfredo, 26th is Greg Graff, 27th is Brett McShane, 28th is Cody Goforth, 29th is Snellgard, 30th is Sebastian Coquelin, 31st is Nathan Monk, 32nd is Ross Jane, 33rd is Riley Up, 34th is Brandon Jones, 35th is Noah Gregson, 36th is Jose Mills, 37th is Shane Lamb, 38th is Ernie Irvin, 39th is Bob Punter, 40th is Xander Monty, 41st is Can Drive, and 42nd is Mike Snyder. Our usual stacked field. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with the starter grid, why some cars on pit road and others on the track, but whatever, I guess. We are racing in Watkins Glen Siemens National Series. This will be one to watch. Especially with 3 races to go in the regular season. Whoops. Bit of scraping the wall. It's coming up pit road, but that's okay. Alright. And one of the guys that were, going to start looking to win the regular season championship is Hubi Lexipol, starting on the second row, the first row today in the second position. Yeah, so Hubi Lexipol, he's done very good this season. Wasn't off to the best start, but he's bounced back for most seasons. He is now up to second in the point standings. So if he can stay there and stay high up at the point standings, he'll pretty much be a safe bet to make the playoffs this season. It's about most sports in general has had a pretty good run recently. Got Hubi Lexipol. Like I said, he's in the top 10. Pretty safe in the top 10 actually, although you never know what could happen to him in the next few races. And meanwhile, back in the Skittles Cup Series, you have Frank Bobbin and Russell David, who are currently in the playoffs. Above the playoff bubble, I mean, they still have 5 races to go, but chances are if they stay consistent, they have a pretty good shot at making the playoffs. Not sure how many other drivers though are gonna make the playoffs, because everyone's a bit all over the place. But then for the bag, you also have number 37 of Anthony Logan. He is currently your points leader. And Anthony Logan, points leader, even though he has no wins this season. But you don't have to win races to finish high in points. Although winning does help, but it is not required. Alright, so it's a bit cloudy today, but we got the wipers on, the whole road course package, so if it were to rain, we'd be well ready for that. So, here we come to the end of the lap, and it's time to see what Watkins Glen is going to bring us this year in the Siemens Nash Series. And green flag is in there for the I Love New York 200 at Watkins Glen. And now off to a bit of a start here. Oh man, 3-1 edge going to turn number 1. Turn 1's always tricky on these road courses, but Henne out to the front. Trying to take the lead here away from Ubi Lexenpulse. And Henne in the lead. Alright, pretty good stuff through the S's. Here we come through the bus stop chicane for the first time today. Alright, good racing through here. Couple guys on the grass actually. Driver's very aggressive here. And Watkins Glen. Alright. At the moment though, Henne, your leader. And now Solus Motorsports here in the Siemens National Series. They haven't been as good as they were last season. I've got Henne and Edwood. Neither of them have won a race this year. Yeah, in fact, the only Solus Motorsports car that has gone to victory lane is the number 14 car. That was with part-time driver Kana. Yeah, I was expecting Kana to do pretty decent, but of course then Kana sort of faltered a bit. And then she goes on to win. And another thing worth mentioning about Henne and Edwood, these two may or may not be back at Solus Motorsports next season. Alright, well now fuel's starting to file out a bit. Now I did run a test before this race. Now we're not running at the maximum difficulty because, you know, after I record a certain Michigan race, I decided to test all these tracks now to make sure that we can have a good, clean race without any silly crashes. And so far, that's what we have in this race. So right, the maximum difficulty, we're running pretty close, but not maximum. Well, there you go, caution is out. First caution of the day. Looks like we're still racing though. Looks like I guess the caution came out right when I got to start finish line. Alright, well we're still running another lap. So this is the race back to the line. Here's Ubi Lexpulse who steps out of the line a little bit. And he's gonna try standing in the corner with Henne. Side by side battle for the lead. As Ubi Lexpulse trying to make an overtake on Henne. Unfortunately can't get the overtake complete through the bus stop chicane. Still going though. That was a bit of a slow up. I hope Lexpulse he's got a couple more turns. But I don't quite think he's going to be able to do it here. Jet Burn as well, trying to overtake. Ooh, about to go side by side with DJ Reed. This is a pretty entertaining battle as DJ Reed is going to win the race with Jet Burton. Was a pretty good battle, but unfortunately, we're going to have to wall up the field a bit as we have a caution. Pretty unfortunate. This was starting to be a pretty good race, but unfortunately having to halt it for the moment as we have a caution. So let's see what actually happened to bring out this caution. Caution came out right when they came across our finish line, so we had an extra lap of green stuff. So let's go back a bit and see what actually happened. Now, it looks like it was a front stretch crash. Okay, well I do apologize. Okay, well pretty big crow. This was a pretty okay. Well, all right. So here we go. So started out between Austin Murray and John Doe. They were just racing with each other off of the final corner, and they tangled with each other going into the front straightaway. And most was able to avoid it, but unfortunately, just an Allgaier gets involved. Austin Murray has a blown engine, and also just an Allgaier who was one of the unlucky drivers that got involved in the crash. Now has a blown engine and is likely to be out of this race. Well, I say luckily he is out of this race. Well, it was a pretty good battle here, but yeah, like I said, having to whoop the field now. But Watkins got a pretty treacherous racetrack. We actually went to a lot of road courses early on in the season. But then road course became a bit more sparse. This is actually the first road course race since Sandown when we were in Australia quite a while back. Even before Sandown, we also went to Pensacola Road Course, Willow Springs. Actually, that's it. That's still been a decent amount of road courses. Alright, so the field having to line up on the pace car. Actually, the field was quite a long ways behind the pace car. So it's taking them a little bit of time to catch up. And we are likely going green next lap, so it's important the field catches up to the pace car and gets ready for the restart. Alright, nobody on pit road. Except of course Allgaier due to his damage. I think Allgaier is already on pit road actually. Yep. Alright, so Murray just Allgaier out of the race. So speed up a little bit. Lights will likely be going at some point during this lap. As a road course, let's go halfway around the track. Yep, lights out. So we are going to the next time by. So continue fast forward a bit more. Alright. And we will go back green flag racing around this corner. Alright, here we go. Green flag back in the air at Watkins Glen. And it goes pretty wide. Ooh, some battling back here. Ooh, a little bit of side-by-side action between a couple of Tobon Motorsports teammates. Yeah, these two back in the Cup Series. Been making, headlines recently. Oh, a little bit of a duel happening up here as well as Matthew Brown with an attempted overtake. Let's actually go back a little bit and see. So Matthew Brown in third, steps out of line a little bit. Tries to get a run on Hubi Lexpo's going to the bus stop chicane. But can't quite get there. Ooh, runs a little bit wide. Oh, it's actually now side by side with DJ Reed. So, oh man, Matthew Brown doesn't... I don't know, he's still side by side. Tricky stuff though. Yeah, Matthew Brown instead of gaining a spot, he loses a spot to DJ Reed. Oh, here we come into the run up to turn 1. This could get interesting. Or not. Everyone's taking single file for now. Seems Watkins on a bit of a difficult track to pass. And Henne, still your leader. Not much valley going on up here. You can actually see most of the field and a few of these camera shots, and they seem to be staying still. I mean, it is pretty early in the race, but maybe we'll see a battle brew up some point soon. It seems whenever someone tries to step out of line, they just go back right in a little bit later. Oh, here we go. Also, David trying to put an overtake Harrison Burton. Oh, here's Rebecca. No. Pretty hard to pass here. When will someone try to make a pass? Did see a little bit of passing before the caution, but ever since the caution came out of the field, it's been standing still. At least it looks like they're anyway. They're not passing. Oh, here we go. Hubert Lexenpulse. Alright, here we go. Hubert Lexenpulse going to try to send it. No, he's not. Oh, here's Ryan Sieg. Ryan Sieg trying to gain a spot on Jeb Burton. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Still side by side through the S's. And Ryan Sieg still hasn't completed the pass on Jeb Burton, but it is likely going to complete the pass. And yes, he does. Ryan Sieg completing a pass on Jeb Burton through the bus stop chicane. And Edward also tried to gain a spot on Jeb Burton, but wasn't quite going fast enough. Meanwhile, Hubert Lexenpulse still trying to find a way around Henne. I can't at least tell you though, if Hubert Lexenpulse stays in second, he's still going to be up there in the top 10. And he just has to stay there now for 3 more races. Because, remember how the playoffs work, it only goes to whoever is top 10 in points. And Hubert Lexenpulse currently in second points, which is very good. Oh, look how tight the points battle is. You're gonna have to see if you can stay there. Oh, here we go, some battling. DJ Reed trying to go side by side with Hubert Lexenpulse to the bus stop. Here we go. But no spots gained. Meanwhile, there is a bit of gaining spot. Oh, Freunde staying where he is. I should mention Freunde did win last year's edition of this race in a pretty dominating fashion, but this year there's a lot more parity in the field, so Freunde not quite able to drive as quickly as he did last season. Meanwhile, Henne is starting to pull away, actually. I think Hubert Lexenpulse got slowed up by DJ Reed trying to pass him through the bus stop, as Hubert Lexenpulse had to take a wider racing line as to avoid spinning out or having a collision. Yeah, this seems to be one of those tracks where passing is difficult, but not impossible. Alright, here we go again. Well, we've been coming to Watkins Glen for a long time. Last season, this track was actually pretty early in the schedule. This year, it's a lot later, and could have implications on the playoffs. But Henne's starting to pull away a tiny bit. Oh no, never mind. Doesn't have to pull away too much. Well, here's a position change back here, though. Let's look at this again. Russell David has engaged the battle with Harrison Burton. Went side by side with him. Runs to the front straightaway. And, yep, still side by side with him. Going to turn number 1. And here we go through the S's. And Russell David with a successful overtake on Harrison Burton. Now he's trying to follow Freund Bobbin. Oh, even Freund Bobbin struggling to get a pass on these guys. In fact, this is one of the few races actually that we've seen this season that you have Freund Bobbin and Russell David both driving for Tabam Motorsports. And then of course you have Uber Lex Pulse. And these three are likely going to be racing each other next year in the Skills Cup Series. So, this race in the Siemens National Series is a bit of a precursor to what you're going to see next year in the Skills Cup Series. Here goes Ubi Lexenpulse. No. Oh, it seems like Ubi Lexenpulse, he looks like he's going to make a pass, but here's someone who is definitely trying to make a pass as Freund Bobbin. Now with an overtake on Ed Wood. Meanwhile, though, Russell David about to lose a spot to Harrison Burton. Wow. And right as Freund Bobbin gains a spot, Russell David loses a spot. And here we go for an overtake on the lead. Let's go back a little bit. As here we go, Ubi Lexenpulse side by side with Hennet through the bus stop. If he can stay with Hennet, go to the grass a bit. Oh man. Ubi Lexenpulse not really able to put the power down enough. And he loses a chance at an overtake through the bus stop. So Ubi Lexenpulse already has 2 wins on the season. 1 more would be pretty good. Now, Ubi Lexenpulse, he's had a pretty good run lately. You know, he actually won at Orlando, although, to be fair, Orlando was just Ubi Lexenpulse being in the right place at the right time, so you could have made the argument that his win at Orlando was a bit of an accident. However, I can't at least tell you, second win, which came at Chicago, definitely wasn't an accident, and he definitely had to try and get the win there. And he would have had 3 wins if he had won at Charlotte, but unfortunately he just couldn't hold off the Candyman Kyle Busch. So Ubi Lexenpulse may have 2 wins, probably should have 3. And now he's looking for his 4th, well, okay, 3rd win. Like, 3rd win that actually counts, but 4th win if you sausage ties, you know what I mean. As DJ Reed, a little bit further back, now engages side-by-side battle with Matthew Brown. Matthew Brown, another driver who's pretty high in points. Matthew Brown has 2 wins, which came both in Australia. He is now running side by side with DJ Reed. Here they go again through turn, the final corner, whatever turn this is. And they're still battling. There's a pretty good side by side battle for 3rd. Who's going to win the battle though? Is DJ Reed going to keep the spot, or is Matthew Brown going to gain his spot? So side by side battle is now engaged, spine as well between Jeb Burton and Ryan Sieg. It looks like here, however, whoever is on the inside is going to win the battle here, as it looks like that DJ Reed has won the battle for 3rd, and it will keep 3rd position. Meanwhile, however, some more positions being gained and lost, as Ryan Sieg falling back a bit, and here is Freund Bobbin trying to make up a couple spots here. Meanwhile, for the lead, these two are still going at it. Ubi Lexenpulse is right on the back end of Henna's bumper. We're seeing quite a lot of battling now. And meanwhile, Freund Bobbin trying to make up a couple more spots here. He's now running side by side with Ryan Sieg and the likes of Jeb Burton. But Freund Bobbin, a very skilled road racer. He's going to stick it to... Oh, no. Okay, well, he's... Oh, a little bit of banging there. Meanwhile, up front, here's another... No, another attempt that didn't quite work. As Freund Bobbin still trying to successfully get around Ryan Sieg. And gonna have him going up the hill here. Actually got him a little bit earlier. Yep, Freund Bobbin with another overtake on Ryan Sieg. And meanwhile, the race up front is still on. Ubi Lexenpulse still trying to find a way around Henna. Here he goes again through the bus stop. But he just can't seem to get a good run out of the bus stop. That's his thing. Man, he'll be Lexpos trying everything in his power to get around Henne. But Henne, a very tricky obstacle. Here he goes again. I don't know what's up with Uber Lexpos in the front straight away. He looks like he's gonna make a pass and then he just doesn't. Meanwhile, a bit of overtake back here. As Russell David loses another spot. Oh, yeah, I lost a spot quite a bit ago, actually. Rebecca, at some point in time, made around Russell David. Unfortunately for Russell David's falling out of the top 10. Now, that doesn't really matter in this race, because of course, this is Siemens next year, where Russell isn't scoring points. But, Russell David trying to get some practice in this race, preparation for tomorrow's race. Now, of course, Russell David did race here last season, back when he was racing for the championship. This year, here's more of a practice run. He probably wants to use this practice run a little bit more. But that being said, that's really been the case of Russell David running in all these Siemens action races. Although that being said, however, Russell David, he's only got a few more races in the Siemens actions for the season, because once the playoffs begin and Cup drivers aren't allowed to race in lower divisions anymore, then Russell David won't have the Siemens actions anymore. He'll just have the Cup Series to race in. So Russell David has 3 more races in the Siemens Nash Series for the season. Same for all the other Cup guys, actually. And here's Uber Lexpos still trying to get around Henne. And once again with another attempt. Ooh, it's a little not quite as good this time. We could see a late race send from Ubi Lex and Pulse, but only time will tell. You know, if Ubi Lex Pulse could get a good enough run off of the final corner, he could ultimately get side by side with Henne into the first corner. It's gonna be quick. He's only got 5 more laps to do this. Here he goes again. Alright, here he goes again to the bus stop chicane. Once again, trying this overtake. And once again, just can't stay side by side with Henne. And funny, if you could say the same thing about these two guys battling for third, DJ Reed, Matthew Brown. But these two though have actually stayed side by side. Could we see Matthew Brown with the pass on DJ Reed? Yes sir. And there you go, a successful overtake, as Matthew Brown has successfully overtaken DJ Reed. And that's what Ubi Lexpos needs to do. 4 laps to go. But for all this time, though, Henne has led every single lap. But who he wants to win this race, he has to overtake at, well, the best moment. Okay, once again, field settling down a bit. Three laps to go. Can Hubi overtake Henne in the next 3 laps, or is it a little bit too late? Okay, this time he's gonna follow Henne through the bus stop chicane. Alright, final corner once again. 2 laps to go. A little bit of overtake up here, as Rebecca actually trying to overtake a teammate in Edward. And there she goes. So you do have passing run in the midfield. But as for up front, Hubi supposed to try multiple times now to get past Henne. Here he goes again. I'm not sure why he keeps trying this though. It seems the bus up chicane just isn't working for Hubi Impulse. He just cannot. Yeah, see what I mean? He gets side by side going into the bus stop, but then once he gets out of the bus stop, he's already falling back. Just loses momentum from going into the grass. So it's like Henne, a very tricky driver to overtake. Although Hubi is starting to run out of time. Well, actually, he is almost out of time. Alright, here we go. White flag lap. 1 lap to go in Watkins Glen. Hubi has 1 more shot to get around Henne. He's gonna have to send it. Now, Hubi Impulse hasn't been particularly good on road courses this season, but he has at least been good today. Now, that does have to do with him starting on the front row. And here he goes. 1 last shot to overtake Henne through the bus stop chicane. He's gonna have to force the issue this time, and once again. Oh, he's still trying to stick with him through the carousel. Nope. Now Hubi Impulse still very high up in the point standings. But it looks like that for today. It's not going to happen. 1 more chance in the final corner. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And Henne, who has led every lap in this race and has been absolutely dominant, Henne wins the I Love New York 200 at Watkins Glen. Absolute dominating performance from Henne. This is a driver who hasn't been very good this season, but he is the second of 3 Soas Motorsports cars to win a race. And Henne only got 1 win last season, and now he can at least say he's won a race this season. So that's the 2nd win in his current tenure at Soas Motorsports in the Siemens National Series. Pretty good stuff. Alright, so with that in mind, I guess now I'll go over the ending results. Hopefully the field isn't too loud. Alright, we're going to pit road shortly. Alright. So Hendon with the win today. Hooper Lex Post comes home in second. Matthew Brown third. Gigi Reed fourth. Jed Bird in fifth. Formula Bob in sixth. Ryan Sieg seventh. Rebecca eighth. Edward ninth. Harrison Bird in 10th. Austin Sinek 11th. Russell Team 12th. Keisha Richardson 13th. Stanley in 14th. Anthony Logan 15th. Casey Anico 16th. Babs Fitzwater Sr. in 17th. A. John Blinger in 18th. Tyler Tomassi in 19th. Mike Glenn in 20th. Anthony Alfredo in 21st. Greg Graff 22nd. Chase Briscoe 23rd. Freya McShane 24th. David Blue 25th. Ross Sustain 26th. Nathan Mon 27th. Nathan Mon 28th. Cody Grover 29th. Sebastian on 30th. Brandon Jones 31st. Ryan 32nd. Jose Mills 33rd. John Doe 34th. Bob Porter 35th. Shane Lamb 36th. Ernie Urban 37th. Xander Monty 38th. Miles Snyder 39th. Can't Drive Floyd. Just No Guy 41st. And Austin Murray in 42nd. And apparently Can't Drive got involved in the next at some point. Huh, so that's why we never saw Can't Drive in this race. He must have got involved in that crash from earlier. Oh well. I guess that would have been a little bit too interesting. But that's all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.